Wow, that's a nice little swamp over here, man. Shit. That's where the ducks be at. And all the swines, where they go at. That's their environment.
Wait, wait, please. Yeah,
As you know, I got a new hat. It's not exactly summer yet. I mean, it's getting there, but it's not there yet. I can still gotta wear a beanie on my head at nighttime. It get cold at night. That's why I still I rock a beanie and shit. Motherfucker like, man, why you rocking a beanie? It's getting summertime. I'm like, at nighttime my head get cold. So nigga, I wear a beanie. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna wear a beanie this motherfucker. You feel me? But my main objective, bro, is not to be old and alone. I see guys who don't get their money together. I see how they end up. And I don't want that to happen to me, man. And dudes who don't get their money together, they don't get their bag together, that's what happens to them. They end up old and by themselves, man. I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm getting my money right. I'm getting my body right. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that don't happen to me. Please don't let it happen to me. I don't want to end up being old and by myself in a nursery home or somewhere, or even worse, old and homeless on the streets. I don't want that to happen to me, bro. That's why I'm preparing now, man. That's why a lot of you niggas got to understand. You got to get your head out of right now and start focusing on the future of what your future want to be. You feel what I'm saying? The last thing I want to do is be old and by myself, like straight up just by myself with nobody around. I don't want that to happen. Because being old and by yourself is the worst thing in the world, bro. And we all get old out, you feel what I'm saying? We all get old out here in these streets, bro. We do. Don't think you can't get old. It's gonna happen if you keep living, bro. It's gonna happen. So my thing is, I prep for the future. I say, okay, I'm 45 right now. If I keep playing the jackpot, eventually I'll hit a jackpot, and I'll have enough money to retire and have children, and make sure my children is good. If I keep investing and making the right decisions with my money after I hit my jackpot, I'll be good. I'll be fucking good. Because I want to have children so that way when I'm older, I got kids coming around to see me when I'm old, man. I remember how it was when my mother, like, before she died, man. I keep telling you niggas this, man. Before my mother died, she was like, she couldn't stand the fact that we was leaving. And I'm like, Mom, I gotta go. I can't stay here all night long and watch Ghostbusters with you. I gotta go. I gotta work. And I saw how desperate she was for company and shit, before she died. The desperation is real when you older, man. When you in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, man, and your 80s, it's worse, bro, when you get older. So I'm like, okay, we can't stop those days from coming. You feel what I'm saying? We can't stop. Getting older is gonna come. Getting old is gonna get here, bro. Trust me, it is. And we gotta prep for those days. Have children. That's what I gotta say. At least have 2 or 3 children in your life. Please do that. Don't go throughout life talking about, man, I don't need no children, I don't need no children. Okay, when you in that nursery home, nigga, and nobody's coming around to see you, to watch TV with you, to spend time with you, bro, you're gonna be like, fuck. I wish I would have had some children. You know, because I've been watching these leftover women channels, right? And that got me thinking, like, you know, some of these leftover women videos and shit that I be watching. And they said that in the old folks' homes, some of the people didn't have children. And they said that the motherfuckers that's living in the old folks' home right now, and they said that the biggest regret in their life is that they didn't have children. That was the biggest regret. It was already too late for, especially a female. When she get old, it's over. Once she get past like certain age, you know, she get past 35, man, she ain't got no children, it's over. I mean, you woofing that big shit while you young and shit, man. But I done heard some horror stories of people who didn't have children and they got to an older age and they wish they had children, bro. In the old folks' home. They wish they would have had children, bro. It's not funny, bro. It's not funny when you get older. You can't turn back the hands of time. Once time is gone, it's gone, baby. That's why once I get the bag, bro, I'm gonna start busting nuts inside the coochie just like that. So I can have children. I'm gonna get women pregnant on purpose, especially if she's really hot. You know, she like 8, I'm busting nuts in that right away. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have children. Maybe like not like right away, but I got to get to know her first a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then bust nuts inside of her. The first year, maybe after like 8 months of dating, I'm ready to have babies and start having children. That's what we're here to do, man. We're here to have children anyway. But the main objective is not to be old and alone. That's what I don't want to happen. That's what that's what I'm living for right now, is to make sure I don't become old and alone. Cause them old days are coming, baby. I think if I start having children by Christmas, let's say I get the bag soon, and if I start having babies around Christmas, okay, by the time my kids be 15, I'll be in my 60s and shit. By the time I get to be 70, my kids will be 20. You feel what I'm saying? They can take care of me. They can come around while I'm in my 60s and 70s and shit. You feel what I'm saying? You have to think like that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, we working on getting this bag so we won't become old and alone. Because I see cats out here suffering, man. Look at Sub 5 Stalker. She didn't have no family or nobody, bro. All she had to do was stalk me. Sub 5 Stalker, that's all she did was stalk me. Because she didn't have no family. And she went to the hospital, bro. She had a heart attack. You feel me? She went into a coma, bro. Sub 5 Stalker. And nobody came to come visit her. I think there was a friend that knew her that went to go visit her. Maybe a few people, you know what I'm saying, went to go visit her, bro. Because they came back and they told me the story. That Sub 5 Stalker didn't have no family. She didn't have no kids. She was at the hospital by herself, alone, bro. She had a heart attack because she was a diabetic. And she got caught in the cold. You know, diabetics, they can't get caught in the cold like that, bro, because the blood sugar would drop. You feel what I'm saying? So she was a very horrible person, too. It wasn't like she was a nice person. If she was a nice person, I would have, you know, I would have let her get into my car and we would have been good. But she was a horrible person. She kept throwing coffee on my car every single day because I didn't want to be with her. And I seen the desperation in her eyes, man. And I fucking got scared of that shit. That's why I didn't want to see her, bro. That's the reason why I didn't want to fuck with her, man. because she was so desperate to get into a relationship. I'm like, whoa, slow down, slow the fuck down. Uh, no, I'm not trying to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to be in a relationship with you. Uh, yeah, we just met each other. We just started hanging out. You know what I'm saying? No. And then when I cut that shit off, man, and she started throwing coffee on my car, she was just a horrible person altogether, man. And, you know, that's why I didn't want to be with her. You know, it wasn't so much of her looks being sub 5, it was the way she was, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, Kelcat, that stalker was strange. Yeah, she was strange, bruh. You feel me? Hold on, I gotta take a piss real quick. She was strange. And that's not the reason why I pushed away from her, bro. Bro, she tried to give me a duck egg and it had like blood coming from it. And I'm like, I don't want that. A cracked duck egg with blood coming from it. I threw that shit over the goddamn ledge, man. But the thing is, my main point is that, you know, she was alone by herself. She ended up in the hospital by herself with no kids, with nobody to help her out. You feel what I'm saying? You know, he said, I watched some of the videos. She had no ass even when she bent over. Yeah, she didn't, bro. Even when she bent over, there was no ass at all. No ass at all. That's the reason why I didn't want to be in a relationship with a long term, bro. Hold on one second. He crazy. No, my thing is, bro, I don't end up being old and alone. That's why I'm prepping right now in my younger years. So that way, when I get to be 50, 60, I still got a girlfriend that's at my house, living with me, being with me, watching TV with me, enjoying my company and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm working hard right now, focusing on the future. Forget about right now, bro. You guys are tripping. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to end up like sub 5 stalker at the hospital with nobody coming around to see you, man. She was at the hospital by herself, bro. And the guy was telling me, he was like, man, you know, sub 5 stalker. She's at the hospital by herself. She ain't got no family. She ain't got no boyfriend. She ain't got no husband coming around to see her. You know, it's just a few people, like a few other homeless people came by, you know, to see her and shit. That was it, man. And even the motherfucker she called the cops on, you know, he went by to go see her. I'm like, bro, why you gonna go see her and she called the cops on you? She tried to put you in jail. She tried to do something. She tried to do the same thing to another motherfucker that she tried to do to me. The bitch tried to like send me to jail, call the cops on me. And the motherfucker that she called the cops on went over to go see her in the hospital. I'm like, bro, why are you like out there, you know, seeing sub 5 stalker in the hospital when she tried to put you in jail? She called the cops on you, bro. You fucking stupid, bro, for going over there to see her in the hospital. If any bitch that try to call the cops on me, I'm not gonna see you in the hospital, bitch. You try to put me in jail. You know, I don't know if she's still alive, bro. Steve. I don't understand. I don't know. But I heard she's still in the hospital. And one of the guys told me that they was gonna put her in a old folks home. You know. because she need rehabilitation because she had a stroke. So now she's learning how to walk again. She's learning how to speak again. You feel what I'm saying? Sup, man? Oh my God! Look at Dougie here. Whose dog is that? Hello, Dougie.
Anything else?
Shit, man. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Where you been?
Busy, man. Work.
I be seeing you fly by sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep, in a high-end vehicle, flossing.
Thank you.
That's that old school wrestling. That's a Randy Savage. So that's what it sounds like.
No, okay.
For sure,
Have a
man.
nice day.
You too, man. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Have a good night, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. I don't want to end up like her, bro. That's what I want to do. We focusing on the future right now at this point, bro. You know, you guys start having children. I'm telling you, bro, it is lonely when you get old. It's worse. Like when you like in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, you could take loneliness. You feel what I'm saying? But when you get to your 50s and 60s and you old and you can't attract females anymore with just your looks, it becomes lonely like a motherfucker, bro. I done heard stories, and this shit is scaring me, bro. The stories of the leftover women channel, men and women, bro. It's not just women, but it's men too. It's like a lot of guys won't be able to find wives and all that other shit, and females won't be able to find husbands. You feel what I'm saying? It's lonely like a motherfucker. A lot of them leftover women in China, they won't be able to find husbands. They crying. They crying every single night on their pillow. Because they can't find a husband. They crying every single night. You feel me? They crying every single night. I need to get some Gatorade. We need to get some Gatorade before I lay it down. I had a few drinks. I'm not super drunk, but I had a few. Okay, we gotta put this over here. We need to get Gatorade, man. My thing is, man, focus on the future, guys. I don't want to end up old and alone. That's some horror story shit, bro. That's like Freddy Krueger or Jason or some shit. Because you can't turn back the hands of time once you old. You can't go back and be like, yeah, I'm young again. No, once you old, nigga, you are old. And somebody said, well, there's not guaranteed that your kid's gonna take care of you. But I'd rather take a gamble than don't take a gamble at all. At least you're taking some type of gamble. Right? At least you're taking some type of gamble having children versus having no gamble at all. See what I'm saying? cold tonight, man. That's why I got my beanie on. That's why I'm still rocking a beanie, guys, because it's cold at night. I gotta have a beanie. Okay.
On my 100% all white meat popcorn chicken starting at $6.99.
Gatorade.
And find out what your kids do.
Ready for a delicious dinner? With Blue Apron, tap into chef-designed recipes right in the app. With fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered to
I gotta have Gatorade, bro.
enjoy delicious meals that fit your schedule. Blue Apron, tap, cook, enjoy. It matters. Late at night.
Thank you. Have a good night, dude. Have a good night. You see that guy right there? The guy in the store. He has a son that's nearly grown already. Matter of fact, that nigga is grown. You feel what I'm saying? He's standing there by his papa. You feel what I'm saying? That's the Indian guy up there. He has an Indian son. And I go to that store all the time, man. And I haven't seen his son in a long time. His son grew up to be taller than he is. I'm like, damn, bro, why your son hella taller than you? He was like, well, the grandpa was tall. Grandpa, he got grandpa's height. I'm like, okay. You see, he's standing by his father, man. He in there taking care of the store with his father, bro. I'm telling you, niggas, you gotta break your fucking chain or whatever you doing and start getting out here and start having children. Start focusing on the future. Get your money right. Get your bread right. You feel what I'm saying? Look at Sub-5 stalker. She by herself at the hospital, bro. Only a few people coming around to see her. She ain't got no husband, no children to come and see her. Cause nobody wants to have children with a bitch that's crazy like that, bro. She's fucking mentally deranged, bro. The moment she started acting day, bro, and I kept ignoring her, hoping that, you know, she would stop. Just by me ignoring her, man, that shit didn't stop that, bro. Me ignoring her, bro, it didn't stop her. She was putting coffee on my car every single day. Why? Because she has no family, she has no husband, no boyfriend, nobody wants to be with her, so she's taking it out on me. Her loneliness got the best of her, bro. You feel what I'm saying? For all you childless guys out there, bro, all you motherfuckers who ain't had kids and stuff like that, bro, you in danger of being old and alone. Yeah, because you was put on this earth to have children, bro. You wasn't here to be living without a woman your whole entire life. You was put on this earth to have children, to keep human life going. That's why we have children. And I told you, once I get the bag right, I'm busting nuts inside the coochie right away. I'm gonna date her for about 6 months to a year, and then I'm gonna start busting nuts inside the coochie right away to have children on purpose, to try to have a baby, just like Ray J did with Princess. You know, Ray J was trying to have a baby with Princess, like on purpose. They were trying to get pregnant. That's gonna be me once I get the bag. Once I get the bag, I'm gonna be trying to have babies on purpose, just so I can have a kid, man. I'm already 45, bro. Yeah, time is ticking, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch. Once I get the bag, I'm gonna be busting nuts inside a coochie. I ain't pulling out. I'm gonna stay inside. Fuck all that. I got money. I got my finances together. I'm gonna bust nuts inside a coochie, and I ain't gonna pull out. I'm staying inside, baby. You're gonna have to deal with this baby. I got my money together. I got the bag. I'm busting nuts inside of you. Right away. Right away. She gonna be young too. She gonna be 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be busting nuts inside that coochie. Right away. Cause I need to have children right now at this point, bro. You see all the lonely people up out here, man. What's his name? David. That guy, David, bro. Remember that show? I keep telling you guys that, you know, I'm gonna keep on using David as a prime example. Remember that show, David and Annie, okay? The guy, he brought that woman up trying to have children, man. We trying to pass on our genetic code, man. Any way we can. Gatorade, man. Well, I'm saying right now, man, it's focus. I'm saying right now, man. Fuck right now, bro. Oh, my fucking neck is killing me, man. That's what we sent. I mean, that's what we're sent to Earth to do, man. You know, you're not sent to Earth to be an incel when you go through your whole entire life not having a woman and shit like that. That's not what you sent to Earth to do. That's not what you're sent to Earth to do. You are sent to Earth to pass on your genetics. That's what you sent to Earth for, bro. Get off me, fucking mosquito. Fucking mosquito won't get off me, man. Here. My backpack right there. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Oh, God damn.